Welcome to Impact Videos, and after the success of last year's entertainment interview with 100 Callum White, we thought we'd speak to this year's leader of the Entertainer League and soon to be champion, possibly 178, Kieran Bowman. Kieran, welcome to Impact Videos and Trackstar Racing. What a year you've had, it's been absolutely incredible. We'll start off by talking about some things that we can move forward with, and we'll start with the Entertainers League. Was that something that you set out about winning this year?
Not originally, no. We were just planning to do a lot of travelling this year, but when I started to get a few points, I thought, well, we'll give it a go, and luckily it's turned out all right at the minute, so yeah.
Plenty of things have happened throughout the season for you, on and off track. It's been absolutely incredible. There's been some incredible meetings along the way. And this is going to take a while to go through, but can you just talk us through some of those key meetings that you've been part of this year?
Well, obviously the top of the list is Bandits, because I won the race, and yeah, that was amazing. I can't even describe that still, what it was like to win that. A few hairy moments through that race where they kept stopping it for various reasons, but I managed to keep it until the end, so that was really good. Yarmouth BWS round, because I don't know what that Merc was, but it just wouldn't die. World of Shale, because the car was absolutely flying in that, but mechanical problem, so I ended up with 4th, but that's still really good considering I started quite far back. But yeah, there's loads too many to mention really.
We'll go back to Bandit Memorial, because you're always prominent in the race, but 3 stoppages.
Yeah, every time the race stopped, my heart stopped with it. It was, I've got to get away from this at the start, and luckily I managed to every time. And I'd start gaining some time between me and second, and then another red flag had come out and it's back to the beginning, but I was just so happy I managed to keep it till the end, and I call it the 3-lap curse I have, but I managed to make it through the 3-lap curse, whereas normally if I'm leading a race or something, 3 laps, I just do something and mess it up, but I managed to keep that, and I was really pleased with that, so it was amazing.
Cross the line winning, and to have Knuckles finishing in second, it was a good day for the team.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable, but yeah, I had that many people congratulating me and stuff. It was just really nice to see that so many people were rooting for me to win, and that was happy that I did, so yeah, it was a really good night.
Moving on to the great Yarmouth BWS round, that is something that you've took part in regularly this year. We'll come back to that. But the meeting itself, like you say, you had that incredible Merc, you were crashing all the way through the meeting, and I know that Anth and the team are very pleased with the fact that you've took part in them rounds this year, and it seems to have risen your stock levels to quite high now. There's a lot of people around the country excited for when you take part at a meeting and on a booking list, which must be, you know, very pleasing. Yes,
it is good to hear, and I get comments and messages of people saying that, you know, they like watching me race and stuff, and it just feels good that I am actually putting something back, if you like. But yeah, I just couldn't believe the Merc. It just kept backing out of every shot and going around. Weren't steering very well, but it managed to trundle around. I did line a shot up and miss, and I thought that was game over for the race, but it wasn't. It just kept going. It was unbelievable. And then see you on Oppo having a bit with Runa, that was great, and I could get involved in that. It was just, yeah, it was a really good day.
To be fair, it was a very exciting day.
Yeah.
World of Shale, we spoke about that. You know, obviously, a lot of people don't really see Anth behind the scenes. They see him out in the pits, but there's a lot of effort gone into the cars this year, learning about what you do with certain cars to make them handle that a little bit, not necessarily quicker, but just how you get a bit more use out of them, how they go into the corners and whatever. You're always learning as a driver. To get a 4th in the World of Shale was an incredible result with a car that perhaps wasn't at its full potential.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the race, it was flying. I was overtaking a fair few people, and then about halfway through, it just, something didn't feel right, but it turns out the prop nearly fell off by the end of it, but I managed to keep 4th. I think it was 4th.
It was definitely 4th. It was definitely 4th.
It was 4th. I managed to, you know, come home in 4th with the prop nearly falling off, so it was definitely, it's just what could have been that, you know, that's a bit disheartening, but at the end of the day, really pleased with myself that I got 4th from quite far back in the grid, with some top names out there, to be fair. I mean, yeah, at Mildenhall, I see my brother turn it round, and I thought, oh, here we go. I think I was battling for first at the time, but when I see that he'd got Harry Overy, I thought it's a nice boot to hit, so chose that, yeah.
Trackstar as a promotion has a lot of entertaining drivers. You're at the head of a fair. I looked last night, and in the last 5 years, you've finished in the top 4 of them,
yeah.
One of which, the one you didn't, is where you didn't do as much racing.
Yeah.
That is an incredible feat considering the promotion has 300 plus drivers. You know, I know you like entertaining. Does it surprise you that you're consistently up there in the top 3?
Yeah, it does, to be honest. Because obviously, as you say, there are a lot of entertaining drivers. But yeah, it's just I just go out there and do whatever. If I'm winning a race, I'm winning a race. But if there's a car set up, it's a lot better, isn't it?
Going on from that, with the entertaining, you've had some amazing cars to be able to put it about with. The 2 that spring to mind are the Granada from the All Granadas at Mildenhall, the World Final car at Ipswich, just to name a few. Just talk us through some of the top cars that you've had this year and the fun you've had in them.
Yeah, well, the Merc from
fun on track, I mean.
Yeah. The Merc was good at Yarmouth. That was definitely up there. I had a Yank. I can't remember when it was this year, but that was really on pace and it surprised me and a lot of people. A lot of them were messaging me.
War of the Worlds?
Yeah, it probably was War of the World. Brad had a Yank as well. But yeah, it was just extremely fast and strong, and I had a good fun in that. The World Final Granada was just exceptional in itself, albeit didn't have a lot of luck at Ipswich, but not a lot of drivers did with the weather conditions. But yeah, just the Mark II Granada from there. The Mark II Granada I raced at Mildenhall, that was good as well. My big van, that was a fun day. Getting smashed up by Brad.
And we still haven't heard the end of that, to be honest.
No, we definitely haven't. I don't think we will for a very long time, but I'll have to quieten down soon. Mind you, I think I did after Mildenhall, and I did get him back at Mildenhall. But yeah, just all the cars really I've had a lot of fun in, to be honest. The Robin, that was a lot of fun. Very dizzy, but it was good. And I enjoyed it, and I hope other people did enjoy it too. So I don't really, not too bothered about winning races all the time. You know, anyone can drive round, can't they? But I just enjoy being able to try and pull off the biggest shot of the night for me, and that's, you know, at Mildenhall I think it was one of them. In
the middle of that, you spoke about Ipswich World Final. You've been in the main race twice. One will write off with weather. The other one you had no luck whatsoever with the car. Is that something that you still want to get into and achieve in? Because it'd be nice to be able to show what you're really capable of in the main race. Yeah,
obviously that is the biggest race of the year, and I mean everyone wants to win it, but I just haven't had a lot of luck. Sorry.
We've got a few people.
I think they're funny. I think they're hilarious.
You know, Steve Parrish, he's there. Morgan, watch out for Morgan, because
definitely watch out for Morgan.
In March, he's going to be in the Junior Bangers, and he's got potential to be even more livelier. And then there's Jack Bailey, bless him. He's about as entertaining off track as he is on it. And
Cracker Jack Bailey. Eastbourne is a good laugh, but to be fair, I think I enjoy racing at the track. But I think if you ask anyone else that goes in the lorry, they enjoy the steak and the ranch we have on the way.
Do you mean the grill?
The grill.
Steve's Grills, Steve Parrish's Grills.
Hanging out the window.
Can you tell that story? Because that was probably one of the funniest moments we've had.
We was on the way to Bears Bash. Well, you was with us, but we was all feeling a bit hungry and was just driving out the road. Steve then hangs out the window shouting, "They do grills!" And Amph done a quick U-turn and in we popped in there, but really nice.
Dressed
really
as
nice
cowboys
place
as well, if I remember.
Yeah, and cowgirls.
And cowgirls, sorry ladies, yeah, that is true.
Yeah, it was probably the nicest I've had on the way to a meeting, to be honest, before. Normally it's McDonald's or something, but...
Talking about Eastbourne, been there twice this year for the BWS round on a Wednesday night, incredible commitment, and also the Bears Bash. You know, that's something you're keen to get involved with again next year. The one thing that surprised me with the Bears Bash was when you pulled into the pits, everyone was just so surprised at how many people came over to see you. And I think it was probably one of the first times when you realised just probably how popular you are as an entertaining driver. You know, we're being serious. A lot of people were over the moon to come over, and that you turned up for a big meeting like that.
Yeah, the only what was running through my mind was please don't mess up unloading. Please don't mess up unloading. But yeah, it went smoothly, and the meeting was a really good day. It's just the first race was good. I got involved and went home with a fairly snap Volvo, shall we say. But I'd really enjoyed that, and hopefully they will go back there next year and give it another go. I have a few people come up to the lorry and say hello and ask how I'm getting on and stuff. But it's nice to see that and to have people come to want to speak to you. It does make you feel like you are doing the right thing, if that makes sense. So.
Running again, crushing my brain with the candlelight. Losing my breath, losing myself, dreams are out of sight. Stop struggling against my demons. Stop thinking life has fiction. Burn the fear inside myself and burn it all again. It's the right time to escape these gates I've been looking for so long. It's not where I belong. Let it burn, burn, burn into the ground. I gotta let it burn.
We've made some new friends, if you like. had some team members: Martin Kent, Kieran Greenway, Jack. He's started racing now. I wouldn't say racing, but he's out there. I'm joking, Jack. I'm joking. Martin and Kieran was on fire at Halloween night. That Jack in Train was something else, wasn't it? But that was probably one of the best meetings again.
Can I throw another name into the hat? I'm not sure. Aston Burt is obviously he's out injured at the minute. I know that's somebody else who you've become good friends with after I recommended him for an icebreaker.
Oh, here we go.
I don't like to say too much, but a lot of teams out there have got new drivers. No, I'm not. But no, he's a great lad. I know he's planning on doing a bit with the team next year as well.
Yeah, I mean, we got on with him a lot this year, really well, and hopefully next year he'll be making a few more appearances with us, but he calls himself the Purple Pred, so yeah, but he is really good help. He's always, wanting to help and wanting to race, and he's a bloody good racer, to be honest with you. He's definitely one out there to watch next year, me and him.
We'll go back to Ipswich because there was a couple of questions that I still wanted to ask. But the car itself was incredible. It had an in-betweeners theme to it, which I know Chris was heavily involved in behind. And that probably showed a lot more of your personality than people probably see normally. Yeah,
because obviously it was themed with the in-betweeners, which is, as you know, quite a funny programme. But yeah, it's just unfortunate the car didn't go on the night, but it had that many people comment on how well it looked, and the theme was just, it was just incredible. Chris Sainz does all of our cars, and he, I don't know how, but somehow manages to top every single one. But yeah, the World Final one's definitely a standout one. But yeah, it's nice to see that people do appreciate the work on the cars as well as on the track as well. But yeah.
Talk us through it, because I remember it being quite a clean car.
Yeah.
And then apart from that, I remember, I mean, how long it obviously took. I was blown away with how long, you know, these World Final cars take to prepare, and it's given me a hell of a lot more respect for everyone who does it. And apart from that, I can just remember Amph disappearing to a paint shop in Sheffield probably every day for about a week. Just talk us through the preparation behind it, because it's so different to a normal car.
Yeah, the actual building the car itself, that's not too bad. Obviously you have to be a lot more neater, so I was banned from doing anything from it. But
and Jack.
And Jack was, well, Jack done the DA. Jack sanded it down ready for primer. But yeah, we got it primered, and we started painting it, and Amph realised he didn't have enough paint, so he went to Sheffield the next day to go and get paint. I think it's from Custom Paints it was, but the finish on it was unbelievable. I mean, we were spraying it, and just the gleam it had as it was going on was incredible, until it got smudged by your t-shirt, if you remember.
Oh, I do actually remember that, and I have to be honest, like, I felt so bad about it. I mean, Amph had to calm me down. I felt that bad. It was the next week he put it to a lot of good use at Millwall, so it turned out good in the end. Yeah,
it did. It was definitely a good car in the end. Obviously Ipswich, because of the weather conditions, it couldn't go to its full potential, and I couldn't see as long as a lot of his other drivers, if you see the inboards. But Mildenhall was definitely a good choice to take it to. It was very fast. As I say, I was battling for the lead when I decided to crash. But it's what it is. I do prefer crashing. So.
Yeah. And you also got yourself a top 10 finishing position in the Entertain League in Speedworth as well at the BWS round. So away from Trackstar, you've been on it as well.
Yeah, I think I finished 8th in the end, I think. I don't know the final thing, but yeah, it was really good to be able to be in the top, well, leading one and in the top 10 of the Speedworth one. It just means that I was obviously doing the right thing throughout the year, I guess, yeah. It's nice when I did post after a meeting saying I had a good meeting, there was a lot of people commenting saying that I'd done well and stuff, and that is really nice to hear and stuff. I do appreciate it.
I don't think people quite realise just how keen. I mean, you've got a girlfriend in Annabelle. I can only count on one finger how many times you've been out in the time I've known you, really.
Yeah, I think that was this Sunday, just gone to go shopping.
Christmas
shopping.
Yeah. But 7 till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, every day, running a business and building bangers.
I do put a lot of effort into it, but I couldn't do it without the people around me either. They put in so much work. No, not you, Morgan. You put in effort into eating cookies. But like Bob, he's there every day helping me building cars, and you know, Jack, makes the tea. Not very good ones, but he makes them. No, he does. He is really good. You know, he built his and mine Astra, albeit the clutch wasn't right, but he built his and mine Astra on his own, because we was here currently moving yards at the minute. So it's very busy time. Steve helps whenever he can. Anthony literally does everything for me. He's incredible. But you come down on your days off and help out. But yeah, it's just, there's that many people. Mum for putting up with it, Anna for putting, you know, there's that many people I could thank for it. It would probably be here till 10 o'clock tonight.
And 2022, I know you're keen to have another good season. To win the Entertainers League again?
Yeah, I mean, it is a huge commitment to try and win the Entertainers League. You know, you've got big names like James, he's there every meeting and he entertains every meeting. Brad, he's there, I mean, he's a rival in his own, Brad is. But yeah, there's loads of big names on there. Jordan Sharp, you know, there's so many, and to be able to battle with them every week to win the Entertainers League, it is hard, but it's rewarding at the end of the day, yeah. When Anthony said we're going to do BWS rounds, I wasn't that confident in it. You know, I didn't feel up to standard for a BWS round, but I did really enjoy them, and it's good because you can have a race with, you know, some of the top names in the sport and then smash each other up at the end of it. It's brilliant. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing the BWS rounds next year, all of them. I think I missed 2 this year, but we plan to do them all next year. So yeah, it's all about keeping your head, I suppose. I do lose it quite a lot, and
you don't say.
Oh, here we go. You know, it is all about keeping your head, which I've learned, because normally, if you know, before I'd start losing places and think, oh, that's it, game over, let's go crashing. But especially on tarmac, you have to, you know, if you get overtaken, you have to think. You can't just try and overtake the person in front of you straight again. It's a lot more brainy to race on tarmac, if you like. But shale is just as hard. You know, luckily at Lynn, there's, you know, the shale is pretty much perfect every time.
Is there any teams or certain drivers that are going to be on the agenda next year, or is it will still be usual, the car's a car and I'll be going out to entertain?
We'll see how it goes. But yeah,
can you divulge?
I prefer the idea of smashing just a car up. You know, I don't see the driver, I see the car most of the time. But yeah, it depends how it goes. But there might be 1 or 2 teams, I should imagine. But you know, that's racing, isn't it? At the end of the day, I just go out there, and if there's a good jack and train, it's entertaining for the crowd, isn't it? I'm not one to personally go after people, if you like, and cause arguments, because that's just not me. But you know, I just like entertaining the crowd and stuff. But I just like to thank everyone. I can't even begin to list off names because there's that many. Anthony is the main one, obviously. He literally, you know, I said before, but he does everything. You know, I don't think I couldn't be able to do anything without him, to be honest. He's just so passionate about the sport and willing to do anything for me and help out, as he is the rest of us. And Morgan will be on the game next year. But I'd like to thank Morgan for keeping me slim by eating all my chocolates and biscuits. You know, Steve helps out every time he can. Jack again, Chris, he's moved to Ireland now, but he was very keen to help out when he was there. But Bob is, you know, Bob's there every day doing. Yeah,
Bob. We say Bob Robert Betts, of course, former driver. He's added a lot of experience to the team. Yeah,
definitely. Be nice to see him out again at one point next year, but you know, because he is a good driver, I suppose. We always have this joke. He had a Jag at Lynn, and best he'd ever driven. And he come into the pits, and none of us had seen it. So then he's racing the Bluebird meeting again, and he'd done 2 absolute cracking shots. We'd all seen that one, but we'd gone into the pits and he'd gone, "Did you see it?" "Nope." But yeah, no, he puts up with a lot of crap from me, if you like. But I can't list anymore. There's that many, honestly. Just like to thank Damien, Kieran Woods, Panda Motorsport, Shane. Yeah, thank you very much. No, yeah.
How have we got through this without doing that?
Just thanks for all the support of all the fans. I'm not looking at the camera because I'll go all blah, 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 blah. But yeah, thanks to everyone who, you know, supports me no matter what, whether I have a good meeting or a bad meeting. They're always there, always commenting and messaging, and I do really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. What an interview that was with soon-to-be entertainer champion once again at Kings Lynn and Trackstar Racing. And oh no, Steve, no. That was to be fair, that was from Trackstar and Impact Videos. Myself, Matt.
Kieran Bowman.
I thought I'd let you do that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Impact Videos. Welcome to Impact Videos. After the success of last year's entertainer interview with
And now the news.
Yeah, we'd be good at that. Thank you very much.
Back to you in studio.